Hello friends and welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you are here. You know, we just finished up September with our daily devotions and today is October 1st. And if you know me, you know I absolutely love a fresh start. And October 1st, that means that we are in the last quarter, the last 3 months. And so I figured there's something we can do. I needed the structure of what am I going to do in October or maybe for the rest of the year. And that's when I decided, did you know it only takes 18-ish hours to read through the New Testament? I didn't know that, but now I do. And so I'm like, that is not intimidating at all to go. Now, mind you, there is a lot of really important stuff in the New Testament that we really want to dive into. And so this is what I want to do between now and the end of the year. I'm not going to be posting daily videos, but I hope to post at least weekly videos. And I don't have a schedule for what I'm going to be going through during each period of time. Because, you know, the Gospels and Acts and Romans, they are, I believe, 12 of the 18 hours. So there may be a lot more time in those books. As well as like in Matthew, and obviously the Gospels, excuse me, the Gospels have a lot of really important information in them, but they all do. The entire New Testament is just saturated with God's goodness. And so we're going to be going through some of them, and I don't know how I'm going to do it yet because there is so much to talk about. I was looking through the book of Matthew. You know, the Sermon on the Mount is in the book of Matthew, and it just has so much goodness in it. But everything, there are so many little details that you just want to meditate on. And so we're going to be going through the New Testament in the last 3 months, in the next 3 months. And then in January, I hope to start on the Old Testament, and I don't know kind of what I'm going to do with that, if that's just a personal thing that I'm going to be doing, or if I'm going to be sharing. I'm sure I'll be sharing, but you know, I don't want to commit to that right now. It's too far ahead for me. And for all we know, we may still be in the middle of the New Testament by the time we get to the end of the year. So I don't know. But I do want to encourage you to get into that New Testament, especially you guys. With everything going on in the world, whether it's natural disasters, whether it's the government, whether it's, you know, just the state of the world, it doesn't matter, because God tells us to focus on what is good, what is pure, what is right. And so this is the perfect time to be focusing on the Bible, because it doesn't matter what's going on around us. We can have peace if we focus on the Bible. And so that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to go through the New Testament, and as I go through and I find things that I really want to focus on, I will be doing videos of those things and those Bible studies. And so my Bible studies will be in order. I'm not going to be, excuse me, I'm not going to be going through the Gospels in a synoptic way, just because that's too many mental gymnastics for me. I'm just going to go through, we'll start at Matthew, go through Matthew. And it's so interesting because we'll point out as we go the differences, even though they're synoptic, their focuses and their takes on things are a little bit different. And so anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing. That is what you can be looking forward to in the months of October, November, and December. And obviously we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas, and I keep that in mind because I know that we're going to just get real busy, but we don't ever want to be too busy for the Word. And so I may try to do things kind of heavier in October and the beginning of November, just so that we're not trying to get to the end, and because I personally know that things get real busy and hectic, and you know, but again, that might be whenever I need to be in my Bible even more. So it's just going to be a balancing act, y'all, and I'm going to do my best, but that's the plan. is that I will be posting at least weekly videos that are Bible studies, and I'm going to be using my mission method. So if you want to kind of read in advance, I can tell you that I will not be reading past the first few chapters of Matthew, probably not even the first. So I've looked at different ways of breaking down the Bible and how I can do this. Now, you can read about 30 minutes a day and be done in 45 days. But there's no way that you're going to be able to read and study and get all the richness from that. You can read 3 chapters a day and be done in about 90 days. But some of those chapters are going to be little bitty short chapters, like the book of John, that you can knock out quickly. The book of like 1st, 2nd, 3rd John, the books of John, I should say. But then some of those chapters are, each chapter may have 80 verses or 85 verses in it. And so it's going to take you a lot longer to read those chapters. And so I didn't want to do that to myself. But there are, I think, 260 chapters in the Old Testament. There are, is it 27 or 14? I can't remember the number of books. I should know this, but I can't. And I just looked it up this morning. But anyway, we should be able to, I think it was 2 or 3 books, 2 books a week. I don't know, y'all. There's 14 weeks left. That's what it was. 14 weeks left. I want to say there are 27 books. And so that would be about 2 books a week to go through. But again, you don't want to look at Matthew and Mark to go through those, because those will take like forever to get through. And so anyway, we're going to take it as it comes. And if you want to start reading and studying kind of in advance of, just starting at the beginning of the New Testament, so that you will have already been read up and you'd already studied and whatnot. Whenever I post my video, you do what you feel comfortable with, or you can just wait for me. But I will encourage you to find some, there are, I guess, channels on YouTube, where all they do is they read the Bible. You can get it with James Earl Jones, or you can get it that's dramatized. You can get them that is just like a man's voice. I think some are a woman's voice. But you can find the New Testament and just start playing it, and you can be listening to it, and it just kind of, just absorbing it. Sometimes I understand things better when I listen to it, and then as I read it, that's when I break down the little details, because when you listen to it, you get kind of the big picture, and you may have those things that go, I wonder, but then whenever you go and you read it and you're looking at it, that's when you can figure out all those things and go back and research those things that really kind of made you say, Something else that I would also encourage you to do is go to a channel called The Bible Project, and they break down videos. They break down each book of the Bible into like an 7 to 8 minute video. And sometimes they break the bigger chapters or the bigger books into multiple videos. But they break things down in a way that explains kind of like an overview, so you know what's happening. It's really helpful, especially whenever you're looking at the Old Testament and you're like, wait, what? Because there's so much going on. But I would encourage you to look at those videos for the New Testament. And so I'll be doing that for sure, just because they have such a good take or an overview on the books themselves. On that note, I will see you very soon, and we'll be diving into the book of Matthew, and I will see you then. Bye, y'all.